What if I told you that we know why Danny Rand isn't in Marvel Rivals and most players missed it, but there's a chance that he might be coming sooner than we initially thought? In Season 4, Angela's lore revealed something shocking: the fate of Danny Rand, the immortal Iron Fist, and it changes everything we thought we knew about the Rivals universe. So today we're diving deeper into Season 4, the fate of Danny Rand, and what that means for the future of characters such as Lin Lie, Danny Rand, and even Luke Cage in the world of Marvel Rivals. So who is Danny Rand and what is the Iron Fist? To understand why this reveal matters so much, we need to start with Danny Rand himself. Danny was the son of Wendell Rand, who once journeyed to the mystical city of Kunlun, a place that only appears on Earth once every 10 years. After his parents were killed on the mountains leading to Kunlun, young Danny was raised by the monks there. He trained for years in martial arts and spiritual discipline, until he faced the greatest trial of all, defeating the dragon Shu Lao the Undying. By plunging his fist into Shu Lao's molten heart, Danny absorbed the dragon's chi, becoming the immortal Iron Fist, a living weapon who can focus his energy into strikes of incredible power. But the Iron Fist is bigger than just Danny. It's a mantle that has existed for centuries, passed down through countless champions who each defended Kunlun in their time. Some Iron Fists fought in wars, others protected the city from mystical threats, and each left their own mark on history. Danny, though, became the modern face of the Iron Fist, founding Heroes for Hire alongside Luke Cage, and becoming a bridge between mystical martial traditions and the modern superhero world. In Marvel Rivals, however, Danny isn't the one carrying the mantle. Instead, it's Lin Lie, a completely different kind of Iron Fist. Lin Lie was originally known as the Sword Master, a hero chosen by destiny to wield the sword of Fu Shi to battle demons and ancient threats. However, his life would change drastically when he washed up near Kunlun after being defeated in battle. His sword Fu Shi shattered and he himself was gravely wounded. Unlike the 66 Iron Fists before him, he didn't earn the Iron Fist in the exact same way. Instead of plunging his fist into Shu Lao's heart, the dragon saved his life by bestowing his chi into him, transforming him into the new Iron Fist. This shift in the mantle is extremely important. Lin Lie is the playable Iron Fist in Marvel Rivals, and the game clearly wants to spotlight him as the future of the mantle in conjunction with the current 616 timeline in the comics. But that makes Angela's lore all the more intriguing, because when she journeys into Hell, the Iron Fist she encounters isn't Lin Lie. Angela, Odin's daughter, is one of Marvel's most fascinating Asgardian characters. Raised among the angels of heaven, she only later discovered her true parentage as the lost daughter of Odin. Angela is a warrior through and through, someone who has fought demons, gods, cosmic threats, and rose to become the Queen of Heaven herself. In Marvel Rivals, Season 4 takes us on a journey across the 9 realms, following her quest to recover what was stolen from her family, her sister, Lauza. She travels through Yggsgard, Muspelheim, and Nidlavir, encountering beings from fire giants to dwarven smiths, but the most important stop is in Niflheim, also known as Hell, the frozen underworld ruled by Hela. This realm is where the souls of the dead are trapped, often denied the warrior's paradise of Valhalla. It's here on the shore of corpses that Angela meets a soul unlike the others, an undead warrior whose presence radiates a powerful burning energy, the unmistakable chi of Shu Lao. His tattered clothing still bears the dragon emblem, and his glowing fist marks him as an Iron Fist. He speaks to Angela briefly, handing her a crystal infused with his chi, a shard of guidance meant to point her toward Kunlun. But before he departs, he leaves her with a cryptic message: "If you meet someone named Luke, tell him hi, and tell him bye." In a surprising twist, a Valkyrie appears to escort him, not deeper into Hell, but toward the golden ferry that carries the worthy dead to Valhalla. Angela watches as this Iron Fist soul leaves Hell behind and ascends to the Asgardian warrior's afterlife. And this moment changes everything. Because if this was really Danny Rand, it means that in the Marvel Rivals universe, Danny's story has already ended, and his legacy is now carried by Lin Lie. Or does it? To understand Rivals' take on Danny, it's worth looking at where he currently stands in Marvel's mainline comics. Danny has been through a lot in recent years. After years as the immortal Iron Fist, he eventually lost Shu Lao's chi, and with it the full power of the Iron Fist during the Heart of the Dragon storyline, which ironically is also the name of Marvel Rivals Season 4. There's actually a lot of similarities in regards to the cities coming together, the tournament, the immortal beast being in danger, but perhaps we can save that for another video. Let me know in the comments below. But instead of retiring, Danny stayed in the fight. Relying on his martial arts mastery, experience, and determination, he even continued to defend Kunlun and Earth without the dragon's power, showing that being a hero isn't just about chi, it's about spirit. It was during this period that Danny became a mentor to Lin Lie. Recognizing the weight of the mantle, Danny trained Lin, helping him channel Shu Lao's chi, even though Lin's path to becoming Iron Fist was unusual. Their bond was both teacher and student, and almost like older brother and younger brother, with Danny guiding Lin while still searching for his own place without the Iron Fist's power. And then came the Iron Fist 50th Anniversary Special storyline in 2024, and most recently, the Undying Iron Fist storyline on September 10th of 2025. In the 2024 issue of the 50th Anniversary Special, we find Danny revisited by a Chi Lin possessing the body of Razor Fist. The Chi Lin are mystic beasts who seek to use the Iron Fist heart to gain access to the Shu Lao Dragon's Egg in Kunlun by killing the Iron Fist on their 33rd birthday when Shu Lao's power is at its most vulnerable. This would allow them to consume the egg and end the cycle of Iron Fists forever. Though initially failing on Danny's 33rd birthday thanks to his friends such as Luke Cage, this time was different. Without the power of Shu Lao, Danny was at a massive disadvantage, and ultimately, Danny would not survive the fight. But as is often the case in the Marvel Universe, death wasn't permanent. On September 10th, 2025, he returned in the Undead Iron Fist storyline, imbued with new life and new powers. Caught between mortal existence and something greater, the Undying status has left Danny's role in 616 somewhat mysterious. No longer the active Iron Fist, but still a fighter with new mystical abilities and the history of his ties to Shu Lao and the legacy of Kunlun. When we connect this to Marvel Rivals, it feels intentional. We know Marvel Rivals and Marvel work closely together in regards to their content and their lore. It's hard to overlook the timing of release of the Undead Iron Fist storyline and Rivals Season 4's subtle mention of Danny Rand. The Danny Rand Angela meets in Hell could echo this comic arc, a version of Danny who died, whose soul lingers in the afterlife even as Lin Lie carries the mantle forward. Rivals may be blending Danny's 616 death and return threads with their own multiversal lore. So what does this all mean for Danny Rand in the Rivals universe? Well, first let's talk about Hell and Valhalla in Norse myth and Marvel lore. Hell is the realm of the dead, not necessarily a place of torment, but a resting place for souls who didn't die a glorious death. Valhalla, on the other hand, is Odin's Hall of Heroes, reserved for those who fell honorably in battle. Normally, mortals have no place there. It's an afterlife for Asgardians and chosen warriors of Odin. Meanwhile, 616 Danny Rand's soul went to Feng Tu, a realm of the dead for the inhabitants of Kunlun when he died. That's why Danny's fate is so unusual. He wasn't Asgardian, he wasn't even tied to the 9 realms, yet Angela encounters his spirit in Hell and a Valkyrie claims him for Valhalla. So why would this happen? Theory 1 is that Danny earned his place. Throughout his life, Danny fought not just for Kunlun, but also for the Earth itself. He faced gods and demons, immortal beings, and protected countless lives. In Marvel lore, the Valkyries don't always choose based on bloodline, they choose based on worth. If Danny sacrificed himself in some final battle, especially during the time stream entanglement or before the events of Rivals, it's possible the gods recognized his valor, and his journey to Valhalla could be Marvel Rivals' way of honoring his legacy as one of Earth's greatest mystical warriors. Theory 2 is that Danny's story isn't over. Even though Valhalla is considered a final resting place, Marvel Comics have shown time and time again that it's not always permanent. Thor, Loki, Valkyrie, and others have crossed between realms of life and death. If Danny's soul now rests in Valhalla, that could actually be a setup for his eventual return. Rivals may have written him out for now to spot Lin Lie, but left the door wide open for a dramatic comeback down the line, maybe even as his own character separate from the mantle of Iron Fist. Until we see what happens to Danny in the next few issues of the Undead Iron Fist releasing later this year, we can only speculate how it might relate to Marvel Rivals' version of Danny. And there's one more detail worth considering. Danny's last words to Angela: if you meet someone named Luke, tell him hi and tell him bye. It ties directly to Luke Cage, Danny's closest ally and co-founder of Heroes for Hire. By mentioning Luke, the lore not only confirms the Iron Fist was Danny Rand, it also plants a seed that Luke Cage himself may appear in Marvel Rivals' future. So whether Danny's passing is a respectful send-off or a temporary setup for something bigger, one thing is clear. Marvel Rivals hasn't forgotten him. His spirit still burns brightly in the story, even as Lin Lie takes up the mantle in battle. So what does this all mean for Marvel Rivals? Angela's Season 4 lore shows us that Danny Rand's soul was in Hell but earned a place in Valhalla. That gives Lin Lie space to shine as the current Iron Fist, while Danny's legacy is honored in a warrior's afterlife. But Marvel stories are rarely so final. If Danny is in Valhalla, that means he could return one day like his current 616 counterpart. And the mention of Luke Cage almost feels like foreshadowing for Rivals to bring him into the roster down the road. Imagine, Heroes for Hire reunited in this chaotic, fractured universe. So, I want to know what you think. Do you believe Danny Rand is truly gone, resting as a hero in Valhalla, or is this Marvel Rivals setting the stage for his epic return in the near future? And how hyped would you be to see Luke Cage show up in the future? Because I know I would. Drop your theories in the comments below. I'll be reading them all. Be sure to like and subscribe if you want to see more content like this. And don't forget to check out our previous video where we broke down everything Dezong and Daredevil. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you next time out there in the multiverse.